Well, I need to work on those a lot better. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some more Dota 2 news. As you probably saw from the title, there is something that is quite interesting with our wonderful world of Dota 2. The first thing we're going to talk about is the news regarding TI10. Now, this is something that we saw today. The blog post came up very shortly. We'll have it up on the back of the screen here. And as you can see here, it's an important update on TI10, the International Dota 2 Championships in Sweden. This is the thing we're going to highlight. It's probably not going to be in Sweden. We started working with Sweden back in 2019 to get everything in place to hold TI10 in 2020. When the global pandemic necessitated a postponement, we doubled our efforts to work in tandem with the officials there. Now, skipping over this little bit, over the course of the past year, Stockholm Live and Visit Stockholm continue to reassure us in our regular and constant communications with them for the International Dota 2 Championships, qualified for the same exceptions of other elite sporting events. Now, unfortunately, Sweden didn't think that actually counts. Sweden is like, no, we don't think esports is considered something that's in the sports federation. Likely something after posting this thread might change because the Dota 2 universe, such as you, everybody on Reddit, so hello again. Hello, everybody on Reddit. You're going to see this and you are likely going to end up flipping 3.5 turntables to try and tell Sweden that they're dumb. This isn't me telling you not to. This is me just saying that this is dumb. In subsequent and immediate meetings with the Swedish Esports Federation and Visit Stockholm, we discovered our only remaining option was to ask the Sweden Minister of the Interior to reclassify the Dota 2 International as an elite sporting event, which was immediately denied. The Minister of Interior failing to recognize TI10 as an elite sporting event, and any attempt to procure a visa to Sweden for TI10 would be denied, including players, talent, and staff. The absence of this official recognition also means that individual border agents would be making decisions about entry for those traveling to the event from outside the EU who do not typically need a visa to enter Sweden. Meaning, if this was supposed to be a public event, they would have been like, no, you can't come in. Well, basically, Dota planned for it to be a public event, and then they decided, no, this is not a public event. By they, I mean Sweden. We filed a appeal with the Swedish government on June 9th, but were unable to provide assistance. On June 14th, we've asked a follow-up, and they have yet been unable to offer a resolution. As a result, and in a light concurrent political situation in Sweden, we have started looking elsewhere within Europe to host the International, in case the Swedish government is unable to accommodate TI as planned. We feel confident that in either instance we will have a solution that shows up to hold TI10 in Europe this year, and that we would be able to announce in the very near future. The thing is that this is like the big event. We didn't have an international last year, and now that we have an international, it's being cut in another way, shape, or form. However, we will still have the TI qualifiers, and to highlight in specific, the all-new summer event, Nemestice, will arrive sometime around June 23rd, I imagine. It says later this week, and later this week could be June 23rd. But the overall statement of what's happening here is that Swedish government had denied the accessibility of TI10 and Dota being considered a esport that is an esport that can also be qualified into the standard sports elite sporting event consideration. So, with this being the case, TI possibly will not be taking place in Sweden this year, which is unfortunate, as this is like the one year that it really should be back in Sweden. So that kind of does it with our opening statement for our news show. We'll highlight this back near at the end of the show. T1 to win ESL. This is something that I don't want to say a lot of people. Nobody was expecting it. Nobody was expecting it. Really, T1 losing to versus Virtus Pro in the upper bracket, and then coming back in the lower bracket versus Alliance with a convincing 2-0, then taking it with a 3-2 victory, making the grand finals one of the first full 5-game grand finals, because I believe during the major it was a 3-0, a very convincing win from LGD, but T1 to end up taking the ESL Summer event. There was quite a bit of drama that happened with ESL beforehand, but was quickly figured out with the caster situation. Moxie was put in charge of the Instagram account, which was one way to sort of kind of weed out the situation a little bit, but still not the most ideal scenario. Following that now, though, is back to our international. The qualifiers are still happening. If you want to know exactly what to see or what to look at about the qualifiers, first and foremost, it is still happening on June. It looks like the group stage will be taking place on August 5th to August 8th, and the main event still to be set to the 10th and 15th. The qualifiers are determined based on all of the people who end up playing in the previous seasons and are left up in the upper division. But it looks like, yeah, so according to our North American one, these are our North American teams. Undying, Zoomers, 2-Based, Sad Boys, Black and Yellow, Dota 2 Hustlers, Div 2 Hustlers, now Div 1 Hustlers, now International Hustlers, Arkosh Gaming, The Cut, Dog Champ, Felt, E-Boys, and 5 Man Minus. Meanwhile, on the South American side, we have No Ping, SGE Esports, SG Esports, Infamous, Hikaru, Team Unknown, Ego Boys, Nemestice, Infinity, Inverse. Okay, got it. See, I remember the name Crewmates. Omega Gaming and Latam Defenders. Meanwhile, in Western Europe, you have Team Nigma, Team Liquid, Tundra Esports, OG, Viking GG, Brame, Spider Pigs, Hellbear Smashers, Ghost Frogs, Team Bald Reborn, Into the Breach, No Bounty Hunter, Chicken Fighters, and Hippomantics. A very spicy West European open qualifier. And you got to keep in mind, only one of these big boy teams is going to make it. Only one makes it. Ooh. Next, we have Eastern Europe. Team Spirit, Asmonco Gambit, Notosphere, or Navi. Team Unique, PuckChamp, Extremium, Hellraisers, Windstrike, Team Empire, Fantastic 5, Nemiga Gaming, Bait, No Techies, and Trident Clan. Following that, for our CN region, we will have Elephant, eHome, Phoenix Gaming, RNG, LBZS, Sparking Arrow Gaming, Aster Ares, Team Magma, CDEC, and Extreme Gaming. Some of these teams of which I have casted in the past. So very excited to see them coming out through this qualifier, and hopefully one of these teams will make it through. Well, actually, one of the teams will make it through. Next, for SEA, you have TNC Predator, OB Esports X Neon, Fnatic, Execration, Boom Esports, Omega Esports, Motivate Trust Gaming, Team SMG, Little Gun, South Built Esports, Galaxy Racer, 496 Gaming, Army Geniuses, Team Mystery, and Signa Ultra. Looks like South Built Esports did release their roster on the 5th. And then you have all your statistics, which we have nothing about that yet. But going back to our main overview, the international qualifiers are still set to happen. They happen just about at the same time for everybody else. For North America, starts on the 30th. For South America, 23rd. The 7th of July. Wait, did that say July? No, it said the 7th of July for Western Europe. The 23rd of June for Eastern Europe, CN, the 7th of July. And Southeast Asia, the 30th of June. All the qualifiers are spread up pretty quick and thin. I believe it's North America and SEA that was together, and then it was like South America and Eastern Europe or something. Yeah, Eastern Europe, and then the rest followed with EU, PU, and China, I believe. No, it wasn't China. Yeah, it was China. It was SEA I was thinking of. So that does it with the qualifiers. Now, there is something that I did want to bring up in particular that I saw on a Reddit thread earlier this week. Where is the Arcana? What happened to the Spectre Arcana? As of post, that was about 4 days ago, which only showed up in my Reddit recommendations 2 days ago, is that Valve ended up removing the blog about the Spectre Arcana. So I decided with this link that he posted to further investigate it. And as you could see with this page, you could see that on March 2nd, 2021, the blog was still here regarding the Spectre Arcana and the vote results. Now, if we go ahead and click the next page, as of May, it is completely gone. It says the page no longer exists and will try to take you to TI10 Arcana vote results. And that too will be gone as of June 17th. And then we'll take you straight back to the front page of Dota 2 about its current news and update. So this kind of gives a little bit of a hint that the Spectre Arcana could be coming out in this soon coming summer event, which we can go back to because I did want to rediscuss what the TI10 changes were, but it looks like I must have minimized the page. There it is. So going back to this, because the Spectre Arcana has disappeared sometime between now and the last 4 days, the TI qualifier is happening originally scheduled on the 23rd, and later this week, the all-new summer event, Nemestice, will arrive. Now, my thought is that we're going to get Cavern Crawl, but it's going to be called the Summer Cavern Crawl. My thought is that when the Spectre Arcana is released, which will come out on the top of this Summer Solstice event, more or less, they're going to end up adding a buy-in, which is also going to give you the Spectre Arcana. The buy-in for this event will likely branch out different styles for the Spectre Arcana, like we usually see different styles for 3 different sets in every Cavern Crawl, but instead, you're going to get 3 different sets of the Spectre Arcana. Of course, this does mean that people would have to buy in order to get the best part about the summer event, so I highly doubt that that's what it is in particular. But overall, I think we've had a pretty good video, and I mean, yeah, that's just pretty much it, guys. So with all these changes going on and all the other big fun changes, and then, you know, this big surprise of the Dota 2 International coming in with a light hiccup is definitely a bit surprising, I would say. So hopefully we'll have more information on that later this week, as no doubt as soon as the Reddit world hears about the international issue, meaning TI not happening in the time frame possibly that it was supposed to happen due to the Swedish government changes, I'm sure we're going to hear something very, very soon about that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe. I hate to say that kind of stuff all the time, but if you liked the video, please support the video, support the channel. I want to keep on pumping out news threads like this, and don't worry, I'm still trying to secure interviews for the international interviews. However, I imagine teams are a little bit scared right now, as maybe they aren't attending the international. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, like, favorite, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for some more Dota 2 news.
Thank you.